Hey guys, today I wanted to show you my February setup and let you know what worked and what didn't work for me in January. So if any of you don't know, I have been using a Foxy Fix Traveler's Journal. This is the number 8, which fits an A5 size. Right now I have it pretty packed, so it doesn't quite cover, but it's really easy to carry around all the notebooks that I want to. For my bullet journal, I've been using a Scribbles That Matter A5 dot grid bullet journal, and it's one of my favorites so far. And then what else I have in this traveler's journal is I just have a normal Leuchtturm, which I use for my actual journaling, and then I have a Leuchtturm insert, which I've been using for my grocery list and such. So to get started, I will just show you some of the pages I have updated since I've done the video. I will open this up. I've said before, but I don't normally use the key or the index. Just not something I really use. I may fill in the index at some point, maybe once I've finished it if I ever want to go back. So the first thing I'll show you is my looking ahead. I have been using a lot. My appointments have been adding up quite quickly with my midwife appointments and such. Then I have my birthday and holiday spread, which is helpful looking back at to see what's coming up. This is just a page covered in washi tape because I had messed it up and I did not like it. So I filled in my date ideas spread. There's a bunch of restaurants in Rochester that I've been wanting to try out, and last weekend we actually tried one of these. So that was really exciting to have this here that we can look back on and see where we might want to go. I still haven't filled in my go-to meals, and I do have a little bit of bleed through from the previous page. From the next page, I did some watercolors. So this is one spread that I think I added since the last time. I did watercolors for this, and then it's just my books to read. So right now I am reading This Present Glory. So once I've read that, I'll put a little mark next to it and move on to the next. I've also added this spread, which isn't too fancy, but I wanted to have a place for all the activities that I find online that I can do with my son Finley. He's about 18 months old, and so I've been really trying to find some stuff we can do at home to keep him occupied and growing and learning. So this spread has been very helpful. And then my January, this is about what I got through my habit tracker, and this is just some of my pages. Some are a lot more busy than others, some I just kind of fell off the bandwagon and didn't really go in. And then my quotes page. And then I had my monthly review page, which was pretty helpful. I was able to write down what I thought really worked well for the previous month and what I didn't really think worked well. And then I can incorporate that into my February. And then I also had an Instagram followers tracker just to kind of see how it goes throughout the month. And then maybe I can track what I could do differently on Instagram to keep those followers. Then I have my gratitude log. And I haven't completely filled that out either. I kind of stopped, but this coming month I'm doing something completely different to maybe help me stay on track. And then in the middle of the month, I was having a ton of ideas for blog posts I wanted to do and videos I wanted to do, so I had a business brain dump. And then I actually got a bullet journal just for business. So that was a really helpful page just to write down all the ideas so I didn't lose them. I also incorporated a lettering projects page. Most of these projects are going to be in my business bullet journal, but I also wanted it in my personal journal so that I could look at this and see what projects I still have going on, and then it's just very simple. My business bullet journal is a lot more detailed, but this has the very basics, and then I can cross it off once it's done. And I didn't really decorate these pages too much just because it popped into my mind and I just really needed to get it done. This was another page that I had messed up that I did not like, so I covered it in washi tape. And now we're on to February. So my February page, I didn't do much with it. I did do a little bit of shadowing and I just did this. I might add more to it, but it's all about time. I have a little boy at home, so I don't have a ton of time to devote to making this stuff look amazing. But that's what my colors are for. And then this was going to be my monthly habit tracker, and I decided to do something different, so I washi over it. That solves all my problems, washi tape. So I started out doing this same spread, and then I decided I wanted to do something else. So for this very first week in February, I stuck with this spread because I just wanted to not put more washi tape over it. But one thing I did differently was I put my habit trackers at the top of this spread, because I found that having a weekly habit tracker, I was way more likely to actually do it and fill it in and be consistent with it than having my monthly habit tracker. It almost just seemed overwhelming to me. Part of that was because for this habit tracker is my household tasks that I have to do just about every day. And this was really throwing me off track, because on the weekends when my husband is home, we normally have a lot more plans and we're out and about, so I don't always get all this stuff done, and it just doesn't always need to get done. So my habit tracker was looking a little sparse on the weekends, which was also kind of discouraging. So I did this household habit tracker for only Monday through Friday. And then I did this other habit tracker, which is stuff that I actually want to be doing every day that's not household related, but more personal related. And I did that Monday through Sunday. So that's just a quick look at that. That seems to be working better for me. I still have some tweaking to do, but all in all, it's not bad. I think for my habit tracker, I'm going to stick to one color as well. Then this coming week, I mixed it way up. So I decided I'm going to do a weekly and I'm going to do dailies, because the weekly, I guess I just didn't like this amount of space. It was almost hard to write in even just my to-dos. I didn't like how crowded it was, but I also like to have the weekly to see in advance the appointments that I have. So I will put my appointments in my weekly, and then I will put my to-dos into my dailies. That's going to be a lot easier for me. And then I devoted just one page to notes that I have. I just added my exercises that I want to start doing. I just got a new exercise program, so I'm going to start doing that. And then I did my habit trackers here. And I added a few things that I want to try to see if they will work or not. So, for my gratitude log, what I want to start doing is at the end of the day, I'm taking this idea from Kara Benz at Boho Berry, and she does her gratitude at the end of each day. She does weeklies right now. She kind of combined the two. So what I'm going to do is, after I've done all of my to-dos, I will, at the end of the day, review it and just write some gratitude or just some journaling in general underneath the daily. And I am hoping that I can keep my dailies to these 2 pages. Normally I don't take up a ton of space, so I think that will be doable, especially because the weekends, like I said, I don't normally have as much going on, at least that I write down, because we're normally traveling and seeing friends and family. Another thing that I'm doing differently is my to-dos. I'm doing a little dot, and then I will put an X next to it when I'm done. And for my events, I did a circle, which I think is what goes along with the original bullet journal. Then I've just estimated about how many pages I'll need for the rest of this month and left those blank because I won't do those in advance. And I did my quotes page once again so I can collect quotes, because I have an Instagram that I try to post to daily with quotes that I letter. So it's always a good idea if I come across one to write it down so I don't forget. And my monthly review, I have this again, but I actually incorporated my YouTube subscribers because I'm hoping to grow that as well. And then this is one more spread that I incorporated. Not exactly sure what got on these pages. Probably from Finley. But this is my YouTube video schedule. I'm hoping to put out a video every Friday, and so this will keep me accountable, number one, and it's a place where I can actually put the ideas that I have for the videos. So if I'm thinking during the week of stuff I could record, I can actually just write it down here and not forget about it, because I'm the type of person that will think of something and then if I don't write it down, I forget about it. So that's it for this month. That's what I have added and that's what I decided is going to work for me. So if you like it, hit subscribe to my video and thank you for watching.